Hello and welcome back to another Cozy Tarot Sunday reading. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today's Cozy Tarot Sunday reading is for April 25th to May 1st. As always, I'll be reading from the Tarot for Self-Care by Minerva Siegel for the self-care portion of the reading. I'll be using my Luna Soul deck, which was requested. Now, this will be the last week that I'll be using this. You can request a deck below for me to use. I will leave my inventory in the description if you would like to check out my tarot options, and leave a option in the comments below. If I don't get any comments or suggestions on what deck I can use next, then I'm just going to go back to my handy dandy Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And if you're new, this is the reading that I do. It's the week ahead reading with the focus for the week, what's needed to embrace the focus, what's needed to let go of, and of course the self-care for the week, because self-care is very important. So let's get to shuffling and see what this week has in store for us all. Ooh, mess. Okay, that should be good. Interesting. Ooh, so pretty. I love this. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. So in the first position of what to focus on this week, we have the Two of Wands. Now, I want to say that the focus is on balance this week. You know, you might be struggling to keep the balance between work and home. And I think that some planning may be necessary to figure out how to gain that balance with the Two of Wands. You know, when you plan out your schedule, you can gain that balance easier and be less stressed and overwhelmed in regards to what's going on in your life. And I feel like that's really what it's saying with the Two of Wands, that you really want to plan more and schedule more. That way you have more of a balance between what's going on in your house and what's going on with work or your workload. Now, this is not to say if you're not employed currently, or if you're a stay-at-home parent, there's still some balance that needs to be made, right? Like, you still need to separate home with workload. And I understand, you know, when you're a stay-at-home parent, you're still going to be doing work in your house, right? There's still things that need to be done, and you still need to separate the things, especially if you're a parent and you have kids and they go to school and whatnot. You still need to separate that time that you need to be doing stuff in the house and the time that you're going to be spending with your kids, or taking them to like places if they have like soccer or sporting events, or I don't know what kids do nowadays, but you know, different activities. If they have a lot of different activities, you need to like schedule things that way. It's more separate in that regard. Now, if you work and you have employment, it's the same thing, right? There's going to be things that you need to do in your home compared to what you do in your job, and you want to separate the two. Especially if you're someone who works from home, it's definitely harder to separate work and life if you work with home. So that's really what the Two of Wands is saying this week, that it's really important that you separate and balance between work and home life, and you really need to do some planning and make a schedule and really be able to separate the two. That way you're less stressed and less overwhelmed. So in the next position of what to embrace, we have the Knight of Cups. So you want to embrace that sensitive and creative nature when planning your schedule, right? You want to follow your heart in what you want out of your schedule and in finding balance. That's really what the Knight of Cups is about. It's about following, you know, your heart and what it is you want. So when you do that, you're more likely to enjoy the process of planning things out, which obviously allows things to be easier for you, right? If you're enjoying it, it's so much easier. but it also allows the process to be more fun, right? And that's what you want when it comes to planning your schedule. You don't want it to be tedious. You want it to be a fun process. So embrace that, as it doesn't need to be as tedious as you think it is really what the Knight of Cups is saying in relation to the Two of Wands. So in the next position of what to let go, we have the Five of Wands. So with following the Knight of Cups and actually focusing on the Two of Wands, you're able to let go of the conflict that you may have had previously in your life between workload and home life, right? With that stress, that overwhelming feelings that I stated in the beginning. That's really where this is coming from. It's coming from this Five of Wands. And that's what you want here with the Five of Wands, right? You want to let go of conflict that is not serving any purpose in your life. And that's really what you want to do. You want to follow this, focus on this, and then you'll be able to let go of this. It'll be actually a lot easier to let go of that conflict because you'll be having fun in the process of making that schedule, in the process of planning out the things you need to do, because you're going to be following what it is you really want out of that process with these two cards. So you'll be able to let go of conflict a lot easier. Then in the last position of the self-care for the week, we have the Ace of Discs, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, as always, I'll be reading from the Tarot for Self-Care by Minerva Siegel. The self-care activities are in terms of mind, body, and spirit. Obviously, take what resonates with you when it comes to these activities. If these activities do not resonate, as always, I state, then do some self-care for you that resonates for yourself. It's very important to do self-care, so just make sure you're doing something that you enjoy. Also, since COVID is still around, just make sure that you're following the COVID guidelines in your region. So in terms of mind, this is a great time to budget your finances, exercise impulse restraint, and rein in your spending impulses now. In terms of body, focus on nourishment. No matter how busy your day gets, make sure to eat 3 healthy meals each day. In terms of spirit, nurture community and your endeavors by collaborating on a fulfilling project with a creative friend or coworker. So those were the self-care activities in terms of the mind, body, spirit, and from the Tarot for Self-Care by Minerva Siegel. As always, take what resonates with you. So that was the Cozy Tarot Sunday reading for April 25th to May 1st. I do thank you so much for watching. Obviously, always take what resonates with you. Not every reading will resonate. Let me know in the comments what resonated, what didn't. Always love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated. Thanks so much and have a great week.